From the home of many a title run and one of the NFL's most successful franchises, you're looking live at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Los Angeles Chargers and the New England Patriots.
Andy Borregales to kick off for New England.
Andres Borregales ready to get us started. And we're off from Foxborough. On the return, here comes Reed. He's stopped on the run back of the 27.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And those running lanes are closing up fast, aren't they? He's held to just a yard.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9. To throw, Herbert. That's him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
And the Chargers first down.
First and 10 from the 43. Hampton now up the middle. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. From the pistol, it's Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. To the air on third and long. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Hampton gets it from the pistol. Good defensive effort here. Drives him back across midfield onto their own side.
Stay on schedule. SOS. We talk about it all the time offensively. You've got to stay on schedule, and a run like that puts you now so far behind the sticks. Going to take some superhuman effort now on second down.
Back to their own side of the field now, Brock. This is second and long. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at third and extra long. And that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Let's go.
Third and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up fourth down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
And this hits to the floor before taking a bounce into the end zone. And that's a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
New England bringing the offense to the line. 1st and 10.
Here goes throw.
Right to the air with May. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. The Adam Brock throw was on target. Gotta help your guy out early in the game, right?
Yeah, it's not on the quarterback. I think we can all see that that was a catchable ball. But I've got a feeling he'll volunteer to take some of the blame anyway. That's just the way he's wired.
Back to the air. It's May. Finds his man. It's Demario Douglas. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's a New England 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Back to the line they come. 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's May. Short pass caught by his tight end. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Hey, what's that? Hey, keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling. They can't stop us. Keep rolling.
Henderson's going to get it on 3rd down. Ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
At their own 24-yard line.
LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hampton, open the drive. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. On the play fake, it's Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Third down, and they need to get 10.
Set. 380. Count it. Set.
Here he goes, third and long. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Set.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10.
Set.
The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Set.
Play action now for Herbert. He's got it at the 6. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up first and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Going jumbo set on this first and goal.
Set. Ready.
Hampton punches it in for the LA touchdown. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
The Chargers just about ready. And there they go, sending it away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over. At that spot. First down from the 42. Here's the pistol snap to May. Setting up the screen with Henderson. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
5 still to go here. This is second down. From the gun, it's May. Low left side caught by Douglas. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. Give him 5 on the play. And the Patriots will have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Patriots football. They've got a first to begin the frame. May off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 27 on the play. And that's a New England first down. From the red zone now. Throw left side, complete. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5.
Hey, here goes tonight.
Shotgun handoff to Henderson. And that's going to be an 8-yard gain, it looks like, as it puts them in goal to go.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Hey, here goes tonight. Hey, what's up? 5.
They'll try and punch it in. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something, an injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's second and goal.
Here goes tonight.
May now from the gun. He's got it. Touchdown, New England. The Patriots can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Demario Douglas with the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Andres Borregales to kick off for New England.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. To the line on first and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Motion the slot man right. First and 10. Here's Hampton. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be second down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Herbert. Caught quickly on the slant. And before he can reach the first, he's stopped. But this is close. Ball up to the 45-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Herbert now. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they make the tackle at the 38. A pickup of 17. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Throwing on first is Herbert. Downfield, and he has McConkey. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Hampton. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Hampton. And a decent run gets about 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Patriots will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Throwing is May. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
This is Henderson on 2nd down. And he used all the space he had. Got him around 8. That sets up 3rd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. His work begins at the 31. And it ends up a good return for him. Up past their own 40.
1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Hampton gets the handoff. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Back to Hampton. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. On the counter, it's Hampton. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuck in the run.
Makes the catch. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Got to manage 3 yards here. 3rd and goal. Going power with the big tight end. This is going to end behind the line. A great stop down in close. Let's see if they want to risk it now on 4th and goal. The Chargers selecting to try for the field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Kick by Davis is up, and it's good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Going to feel just a little bit better going into halftime. Anytime you score points right before the final frame, and for the kicker, well, he pays off his teammates' hard work.
Now here's Davis to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. 1st down throw for May. Mo finds his running back, Henderson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense to the line fast.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Henderson here from the gun. And he could not break beyond the line. So that's how our half's going to end. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Now here's Davis to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Henderson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, what's that?
Operating from the gun, here's May. Completed over the middle. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Henderson's going to take this straight ahead. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Here's May to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Short pass brought in, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
To the air on 1st down, May. Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Henderson on 1st and 10. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Staying on the ground here with Henderson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, against the better defenses in this league.
Sticking with Henderson. And this defense is going to win this round. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
A gain of 1. It's 4th down and less than a yard.
All right, they made the red zone, and it's touchdown or bust, it seems. They're lining up to go for this. Running for it, it's Henderson. And the defense escapes. They have a nice drive going, but the defense gets off the field by forcing that turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
Hampton now up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, the very minimal gain.
At the 18-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Lat McConkey. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. A quick slant, here's McConkey. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers the 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Running it with Hampton. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
It's Hampton on 2nd. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Brings it in at the 12. And the coverage team is there as he fields it. So almost nothing on that return before he stopped.
At their own 13-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Henderson. Hit behind the line. That ball's loose. But I think the Patriot got on top of that, so they will keep possession. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. got to have better ball security than that.
Big strike here to Williams. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30.
That's good.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Patriots will have a first down.
30-yard line.
Here goes that.
The give now to Henderson. And he's cut after a gain of about 2. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
He's tackled at the
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here goes that.
May off the play fake. Finds a man right side. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. Give him 8 on that one. And that's a New England first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Patriots with possession. They need to erase that deficit in a hurry. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Here goes that.
May now from the gun. He'll drop this to Henderson underneath. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
All set now. 1st and 10. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, it's May. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for 3rd down. Now this goes for every player in every sport, Brock. Fatigue in the 4th quarter. So that can mean dropped interceptions just as much as it can mean a dropped catch, too.
And believe it or not, Kate, quarterbacks, they can get fatigued too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much physically as their buddies running around and hitting, but mentally. You just get tired there as a passer. You start to assume, and that's a dangerous place to play.
Maybe a little rattled after that near interception. Let's see how he plays this on 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Taken in by Williams outright. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
If there's ever a play we can call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and just 2 to go. Now run by Hampton. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Shotgun give to Hampton. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now Herbert to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Set. Go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
3rd and long for him here. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down. It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Kicked well, and this is good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Now here's Davis to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here goes tonight.
It's Henderson on the give. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Patriots will have a first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
May on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's May. Finds him over the middle. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a New England first down.
32-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Again, it's May. Setting up the screen with Henderson. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Foxborough. Patriots trail by 6. All right, here we go. 2nd down. To the air yet again, May. He's got it over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
To throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
This is Henderson. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Charvarius Ward on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here he is to throw. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Mario Douglas, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Here he is to throw. Toward the end zone, but incomplete. That's going to force them into a 4th down decision. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they've made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st and 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Down by 6, no choice but to go for this. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. He's not going to get to the end zone. The stop is made in time at the 2, but hey, 4 more chances coming. They've got a 1st and goal. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. 1st and goal. They've got 4 chances to tie this one up.
Here we go, sit down.
Henderson. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. Patriots trying to hustle everyone up to the line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. And they connect on the touchdown to claw back in these final moments. And an extra point will win this game. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
And he gets the extra point, and that kick gives them the 1-point lead right near the end of this game.
14, Chargers 13. Andy Borregales to kick off for New England.
Now Borregales on to send it away. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Here he goes, one final shot. Trying to push deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drop today. This game is over. So this is a win for the Patriots.